Multiple screening is not a reaction to a specific movement of the ball. It's simply what happens when everyone begins to look for teammates to backscreen. These staggered screens will often occur when there have been two or more quick passes that sends one cutter into the lane right off the tail of the previous cutter. Players might think that they're messing up by cutting into the path of their teammate. This is where communication and awareness can be taught. One of the players needs to seek a good angle and set a screen. But never set a screen and stand. Screen, read, and seek the NBA, the next best action. It might be to post up. It might be to flash to the ball in an open area. It could be that after you set your screen, it's your time to use a screen. Of course, if a player's not sure, if they're not yet experienced in these matters, they can always revert to the first layer of the offense and simply fill out to an open spot. Multiple staggered screens will occur even more when you have a post player inside adding the post screening layer. Make no mistake, these screens can be a planned action. You can even plan the action for a specific player or a specific group of players. But the action itself is unpredictable. Where the screens occur, who sets the screens, what angles the screens are set, and how the cutter uses the screens cannot be scouted. Even the offensive players themselves cannot tell you where their next action is going to lead. If your team is at the level where you're looking to take advantage of this layer, then they're good enough to be taught how to play off these screens. When they're staggered in this fashion, the back screens become down screens, cross screens, screens with all kinds of angles. This is the time to teach your players how to play off these screens. By this time, the read and react is all habit. The players can begin to read their defenders when using these screens. When do you curl? When do you fade? When do you go over the top of this screen but on the bottom of the next screen? I cover all these screens away from the ball on my player DVD entitled Scoring Without the Ball. Guess what the chapter is titled? Scoring with Screens Away from the Ball. How's that for an unabashed segue into an advertisement? Watch as pass and cut and back screen ends with a double screen curl into the middle. Here's a 26-second possession where you can count 3 sets of triple staggered screens. When you're allowed to screen anyone, anywhere, at any time, it means that you can cut without hesitation. If someone else is cutting through the lane, then fine, I'll use them or provide them with a screen. If a post player is in my way, then I'll either set a screen for them or use them as a screen. If I'm on my way to an empty spot and a teammate fills it, fine, I'll set a back screen for them and still take the spot. If I find myself following closely behind a teammate, there's no need to panic. If my teammate sets a screen, then I'll provide the second staggered screen. If my teammate simply fills an empty spot, then I'll set a back screen as if I'd planned it the entire time.
Nice.
Let's rotate.